be seated. Welcome to Moore College of Art and Design and this wonderful commencement for the class of 2018. Congratulations to all of the graduates and all of the families and friends who join us here today. I want to recognize our honored guest, Speaker Janine Antoni, and also she will be speaking with us later this morning, I should say, and also to thank the members of our Board of Trustees and Managers for their stewardship of this wonderful institution. Allow me also to extend a happy Mother's Day tomorrow for those of you who apply, to whom it applies. I wish you the best, and what could be a better Mother's Day present? What a happy day. As graduates, you are crossing the threshold of the future into a world that is carrying over and that is more visual than ever. You are carrying over the doorstep your experience and knowledge that you'll draw upon from which to create, the capacity to keep learning, and the artistic ability refined. And most intrinsically, you carry your confidence your power, and your network. As intellectual, artist, teacher, curator, designer, and entrepreneur, you walk toward your next step empowered by your degree at Moore and assured with the support of this institution and the knowledge that your creativity and your next step will give you the competitive edge that you have gained while being here. You are an expert in continuing to solve problems and to learn from your capacity to accept criticism, which is quite unique, and also to be able to learn from it. You are entering a society that has a heightened awareness and embrace of what you do, what you are, how you think. More than ever before, we are in a visual world where there is a need to embrace what we do and the capacity to create, and you are poised to combine the savvy and self-confidence that you gained at Moore to take your place in this world. This has been a challenging year, politically and societally as well. Last year, there was a very bright spot, an illuminating message that I want you to carry with you as you begin your journey into the future. Although it is somewhat dated, it still applies, and I hope you will find wisdom in it because it is important to remember. It comes from a statement made by Senator Mitch McConnell when he was referring to the silencing of Senator Elizabeth Warren's recitation of words from the 1986 Coretta Scott King on the floor of the Senate when addressing the issue of the confirmation of Jeff Sessions for the United States Attorney General. Following the Senate vote in favor of the silencing, McConnell said, "She was warned. She was given an explanation. Nevertheless, she persisted." While it may have been said as a criticism, I believe it can be construed as a compliment. This illumination of the notion of persistence is something I want you to carry with you forever. It will not let you down. Persistence is determination in action. It is some would say, tenacious commitment to making an idea happen. It will come in all shapes and sizes in your lifetime. It will mean going to the studio even though you don't feel like it. Making that phone call even though you'd rather send an email or a text. Dragging yourself to a friend's opening because you need to support them. Talking to a colleague that you don't know because you have to further your network. Persistence is subjugating what you don't want to do in the interest of doing what you need to do. Thank you very much. Because it is right. Because you know that it will help. Because deep down, you know you should. It can involve a moral imperative or an act of bravery like Senator Warren. Or it can be motivated by self-interest. Your talent and intellect will only get you so far, but persistence will take you the rest of the way. In your time at the college, please remember, and I say this from experience, never give up. Go around, confront the barriers, climb over the roadblocks, and make sure that you see the end goal. And know that you have the confidence and the security, because there are a network of people and you are a more graduate, and that you can do anything you put your mind to. I wish you the best in your journey. You will always be a part of the Moore community. Congratulations again to the class of 2018. Thank you. Thank you. Moore College of Art and Design is a private institution with a public purpose. It is governed by a board of managers and trustees that ensure we are financially and educationally sound. I would like to acknowledge Art Block, Shristi Shanda, Jack Donnelly, Mindy Glassman, Fran Graham, Janie Gross, Sissy Levy, and Colin Orton, and Tim Patterson from the Board of Managers and Trustees, and to thank them for their stewardship. Their investment of time, talent, and resources generate scholarships, guide us in our strategic thinking, and connect us to the worlds of art and business. Thank you very much. It takes many people to keep the college going, process the records, generate scholarships, and attend to the well-being of the students. I would like to acknowledge the hard-working staff and to thank them. Will staff members please stand and be recognized? The most important work of the college happens in the classroom and in the studio. We are grateful to the faculty whose hard work, strong investment in the students, and reputation as artists and scholars strengthens this institution. Our graduates consistently cite their relationships with their professors as being one of the most valuable parts of their experience at Moore. Will the faculty please stand and be recognized by the students and families? Thank you. Additionally, I would like to congratulate interdisciplinary assistant professor Heather Udier for being recently identified as the Fox Distinguished Professor for the 2018-19 and 2019-20 academic years. This honor reflects the assessment of Professor Udier's excellence in teaching, professional work, and service to the college. Your relationship with the students, Heather, and their feedback citing you as an excellent teacher, as well as your visibility and involvement in service to the college and your active professional network is very valued. Professor Udier, would you mind please standing and being recognized by all of us here? And lastly, graduates. There are people at this commencement who have made your journey possible through their love, their support, and commitment to you and your studies. I would like to ask the families and friends of our students to stand and be recognized for your love and your loyalty. Stand up, everyone. Now it's time to honor our students. Every year, the college elects a representative from the graduating class to serve on the Board of Managers. Students are nominated by faculty and administrators and must submit a resume, write an essay about how they might serve as the class representative to the Board of Managers, and then be interviewed by members of the Board Leadership Committee. We had 3 students interviewed this year. All of them carried themselves with aplomb, so it was a very difficult decision. This year's representative is graphic design major Carlye Kalmes. Can Carlye please stand and be recognized? The Visionary Woman Scholars are recruited for their potential as artists and scholars and receive a significant tuition scholarship. Support for these scholarships comes from fundraising through the annual Visionary Woman Awards dinner, when the college honors women who have made significant contributions to the arts. These students are wearing silver cords. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing, and if you'll hold your applause until all these marvelous people are standing. Ty Bockham, illustration. Abigail Dangler, Curatorial Studies and Fine Arts. Shannon Diacetis, fashion design. Dominique Evans, illustration. Lila James, fashion design. Sarah Grohall, illustration. Courtney McAmer, interior design. Margaret Warburton, photography and digital arts. You're wonderful. Thank you. All students who have a 3.85 or higher are graduating with the highest honors, summa cum laude. These students are wearing gold cords. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing until all have been called, and we'll clap for them when they're all standing. The summa cum laude students are Erin Dundor, illustration. Jennifer Fuentes, illustration. Sarah Grohall, illustration. Tanya Kapanzhi, photography and digital arts. Sydney Ray Moore, illustration. Virginia May Pollock, curatorial studies. And Gabrielle Wharton, illustration. Congratulations. These women have worked very hard. And parents, if you couldn't get a hold of them, it means they were in the studio. And last but not least, the valedictorian, who is the student with the highest cumulative grade point average in the class. The valedictorian for the class of 2018 is Katie Woods, animation and game arts. Everyone, Katie, where are you? Well done, well done. Katie, can you please come to the podium? Where are you? Katie is part of the second graduating class in animation and game arts. Katie commuted each day to and from the college outside of Philadelphia, whilst working with local arts organizations, such as the Community Arts Center, and leading student government as president for the past 2 years. Katie's dedication to her craft, her colleagues' success, and the industry have led her to the next stage of her life, working in the field of animation in California with her internship post-graduation. Katie?
Thank you so much, President Fitzgibbon. Before I begin, I'd like to thank everyone here today, and for those who could not attend, for being part of this amazing journey. Friends, family, professors, staff, faculty, and members of the board, I am honored to be speaking to the graduating class of 2018. So, what is college? What were these last 4 years? Well, I'll start with a metaphor. Sometimes it feels like we're standing on sand that's always shifting. That's college. A time of hard work, change, and most importantly, growth. Whether you transferred, came here straight from high school, or went back to school later in life, this experience has changed you in some way, either by strengthening the goals you came here with or changing them altogether. You are a different person now that you've come to Moore. College is a time of uncertainty. The ground we stand on is sand. Things are never completely settled and can change at any moment. Whether it's our assignments, the stress of passing a class, making friends, or getting an internship, especially getting an internship. You're never totally sure of what's to come next. Things are always changing, and that's a good thing. Our crits might have always went well, or maybe they didn't, but look at us now. We are incredible, each and every one of us. We are graduating college. Let me repeat that. You are graduating college. We are the future of our families, Moore, and the art community. All of that worrying about an uncertain future has made us who we are. College is a time of happiness and growth. Though the ground we stand on is sand, we still stand. We have made friends, we have grown, and we have passed our classes. But let's all just take a moment to let that sink in. Even in times of doubt, you pushed through. Even when you received that rejection, or multiple rejections like I have, you pushed through and demonstrated that you're worth taking a chance on. You are supported by a network of the amazing people that surround you. Go ahead, take a look at those individuals. Not only have you pushed through the hard times to become a more confident artist, but you probably helped them in some way do the same. You're stronger now because of this perseverance. And after those amazing displays at the senior show, so is your artwork. I'm a strong believer in that you can accomplish anything if you set your mind to it. During your first year at Moore, did you think you'd have accomplished so much? Did you think you'd ever meet the people that you call your best friends? Did you ever think you'd become friends with your professor and message them on Facebook the night before an assignment is due because you have a last-minute question that really needs to be answered, Steve? But seriously, this is our Moore family. Steve Wood, my crazy uncle of AGA, Joe Kolka, half of the dad duo of illustration for me, Emily Johnson, my amazing student services mom, and my talented AGA family. If it weren't for these people and their unrelenting support, I would not be here today. You all set your mind to completing college. Not everyone has the ambition and willpower that you do to complete such a difficult task. And honestly, saying any of this to you is kind of redundant. You all know this, even if you don't say it out loud. We are on the threshold of a new life, a post-college life. Whether that's going straight into a job, further education, or figuring out what you want to do. Be the alumni that you looked up to during your years here. Be that artist that you idolized. You can become whatever you want to with persistence, kindness, and individuality. I would not be here today if it weren't for the support of my close friends, my incredible professors, and my family. So go out into the world, show those who doubt you what you're made of. You are strong, you are passionate, and you are incredible. We have seen a lot of change since we've been in this college, within ourselves, the college, and the world. We are in a time of constant transformation, where people's voices who have never been heard before are speaking louder than ever. You are part of that, so be a part of that. Keep speaking out and telling your story, whether it's in your art, in your activism, or in your relationships. Now it's time to spread your wings and show everyone that you're ready to tackle the next challenge in your life. Moore Class of 2018, I truly thank you for allowing me to speak to you all today. Now go out into the world and show it what you're made of. Thank you. Cecelia?
Thanks, Katie. Thank you so much. A prize has been established honoring Dr. Happy Fernandez, Moore's 7th president, who led the college for 13 years and was a tireless champion of Moore's mission to educate students for careers in art and design. Raising money for leadership programs, new scholarships, and funded internship fellowships was a particular focus of Dr. Fernandez. During her tenure, she secured several $1 million in new scholarship and fellowships. The senior prize is presented to a graduating senior who was an exemplary leader in their time. The selection committee interviewed 7 outstanding candidates for this prize and had a very difficult decision to make. The recipient this year is Carlye Kalmes. Carlye, please come up to give your remarks. Carlye's ability to articulate how leadership experiences have shaped who Carlye is made this student the perfect candidate for this prize. Carlye's leadership would make Happy very proud.
Thank you, Cecelia. Throughout my years at Moore College of Art and Design, I have had the privilege of working alongside many incredible artists, designers, and creators. From the start of my education, I've always made a strong effort to introduce myself to fellow students and faculty. In doing so, I have worked to create friendships, exchange ideas, offer help when I can, and create communities of people who are motivated to collaborate. By making an effort to initiate relationships with as many creative spaces as possible, I have been able to create opportunities not only for myself, but for my peers as well, all while forming connections within the larger Philadelphia art community. One of my proudest accomplishments during my college career has been the creation of the curatorial collective Modus, formed through the hard work and dedication of myself and a few of my peers within the Moore community, as well as the support of and guidance from faculty. The collective's objectives are simple: to provide accessible space in and outside of the school's environment where students can pursue personal projects, experiment, fail, collaborate, but most importantly, become part of the many artistic communities within Philadelphia. Since its creation in 2017, Modus has organized more than 6 events taking place in local galleries, including performances, publications, and art exchanges. In providing these opportunities to more students and other local artists, we are able to establish lasting connections between students, gallery spaces, and the institutions that we attend. I do want to stress, however, that for every success that I have managed to accomplish, I have worked through at least 10 failures before it. I feel like this may be the most important part of any creative process, one that often gets overlooked, or maybe even willfully forgotten in an attempt to save ourselves the headache. But through this frustration, we learn the process of creative problem-solving skills, including trial and error, taking risks, and are learning to adapt our thinking in new and effective ways in order to create the right solutions for our problems. Through failure, we learn how to push ourselves harder, exceeding our own expectations. A faculty member once told me that the bumps in your road aren't obstructing your path, they are your path, and that continues to inspire me daily. My journey with leadership at Moore has influenced me greatly and is one that I am extremely proud of. Making efforts to be involved in and outside of the Moore community has brought me many opportunities for personal success, but I feel the most pride from the opportunities that I have been able to share with my friends. I have learned that effective leadership starts as self-motivation and continues on to inspire those around you. Qualities of leadership include taking risk, aiming high, and following through, all while working to help and influence those around you. I encouraged my classmates to maintain the relationships that we have established in our time here at Moore and to share opportunities to support each other whenever possible. We have grown together into a community of incredibly talented artists, designers, and creators, but most importantly, leaders. And with each other's support, anything is possible. Thank you. Also, go Birds!
Marian Locks was a fierce advocate for Philadelphia-trained and educated artists, and a pioneer who founded one of the first galleries in Philadelphia devoted exclusively to contemporary art. Beginning in 1968, the Locks Gallery became known as a showcase for new and emerging local artists and the nexus for young artists and collectors to gather and to share ideas. The Locks Career Center at Moore was established with the support of the Locks family. The Locks family has also established the Marian Locks Award at Moore College of Art and Design. This competitive award pays tribute to Marian Locks' pioneering spirit. The award creates a powerful way for more students to explore career opportunities and possibilities for the 21st century creative marketplace, while also fostering their innovative thinking. The Marian Locks Award may be used to supplement income, enable post-baccalaureate internships or service, facilitate post-baccalaureate travel and research, or help support graduate study. The winner of the Marian Locks Award was selected based on her outstanding potential to benefit from an opportunity to explore career possibilities. I am pleased to announce that the Locks Award winner was honored by her employer, who established a senior prize in her honor last year. So these awardees go far. This is an excerpt from the essay of the Marian Locks Award winner this year. Growing up in a strict environment, art was my escape into another world. Channeling my frustrations with life into dance, music, and drawings, I needed to find a way to transform my struggles into something that helped me to connect to a bigger picture. It was hard to see myself as someone who mattered, or as a person who had the ability to make an impact in other people's lives. However, I was determined to try. When I discovered the richness of photography, I found my voice, and subsequently, my true self. Reinventing myself wasn't easy. I needed to make up for lost time. So I returned to the university classroom and began the formal process of understanding the technical, historical, and social implications of photography. Studying artists such as Robert Frank, Kara Walker, Gordon Parks, P.H. Polk, and Paul Strand, their work brought me an awareness of the possibilities of the social impact great art can have. Looking into what was accomplished by these icons, I was curious to find out if I could translate my interest in politics, race, family, and beauty into something that mesmerized viewers, as I had been mesmerized by their work. Through support from my family, the faculty at Moore, as well as having a transformative internship experience with Carrie Mae Weems, I have learned how to communicate my interests in a sophisticated manner and create work that is both beautiful and thought-provoking. My mentor's guidance has helped me gain a deeper awareness into our collective experience as human beings. We are not single issues, but rather a compilation of events that are interlaced with emotional components that affect everyone and everything. With my passion to go beyond any obstacles I may face, I know I must now push myself beyond my own limitations in order to reach out and make an impact in our world. The Marian Locks Senior Award will help me substantially in this endeavor by opening doors that have been previously locked. Pushing myself means applying for innovative graduate programs in order to achieve my goal of attaining an MFA. The Marian Locks Senior Award will support my efforts to be able to participate in platforms that are involved in radically changing the environment of struggling communities. It will offer me the ability to participate in solutions by affording me the financial freedom to create works of art that call attention to society's bigger issues surrounding politics, family dynamics, beauty, race, and culture. It is my aim to use this award to fund my next steps in becoming the activist artist I have always wanted to be. The generosity of this award has inspired me to never give up and keep pressing forward. The winner of the Marian Locks Award is Tanya Kapanzhi, photography and digital arts major. Tanya, please come up to the stage to receive the award. This last year was the third year of the Faculty Forum, a representative body of the faculty members who work to support the teaching and learning mission of the college and to facilitate faculty participation in shared college-wide governance. It is my pleasure to welcome Faculty Forum President and Professor of Graphic Design, Gigi McGee, to the stage to deliver her greetings from the faculty. Gigi?
Good morning, everyone. Wait a minute. On behalf of the faculty, it is my honor to congratulate you on this important achievement in your life. A few months ago, my sister gave me a book that was given to her by a friend. The title, Training for the Useful and the Beautiful, and the obvious age of the book, the copyright was 1922, so it was almost 100 years old, certainly caught my attention. The first chapter of the book was The Beginning of the Experiment. The first page begins, and I quote, "Anyone familiar with the education of girls and women can hardly realize what kind of instruction was given them a short time ago. Girls with conscientious mothers were taught to be expert housekeepers in expectation of marriage. people with some means gave their daughters what was called a fashionable education. This generally included penmanship, a limited knowledge of their mother tongue, a little arithmetic, a few phrases of French, and some drawing or painting, which was copied from the flag. Thankfully, we have come a long way. If a woman at that time did not marry or somehow lost her resources, she had nothing she could fall back on to support herself. At this critical time, an educated Philadelphia woman of means saw this need and decided to do something about it. So she started Moore College of Art and Design, and you all are the result of the experiment. In 1848, 170 years ago, Sarah Worthington Peter founded the Philadelphia School of Design for Women in a spare room of her house at 3rd and Spruce Streets. The mission of the school, and again I'll quote, was to instruct young women who have to support themselves in the art of drawing, design, and wood engraving in the belief that they will be able to succeed not only for their own benefit, but for the benefit of American manufacturers. As you probably already know, Philadelphia was a manufacturing city, particularly in textiles, wallpaper, floor covering, upholstery materials, furniture, and lithography. Sarah saw an opportunity to train students to make design for industry, since before that time, these designs came from Europe. While Philadelphia may no longer be the center of industry it once was, it has found renewed interest in the art of making. By 1740, Philadelphia was the largest city in the colonies. It was an engine of industry and a paradise for artisans. It was then, and continues to be today, a city of makers. We here at Moore are a community of makers. We are doers, thinkers, tinkerers, entrepreneurs, creatives, artists, designers, and problem solvers. Through your work, you too have demonstrated this maker spirit. You make us think, you make us smile, you make us wonder, you make us understand. But today, you simply make us proud. Sarah Peters' vision continues and lives in you. Congratulations, good luck, stay in touch, and to all the mothers in the audience, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Professor McGee. Thank you very much. It's my great pleasure to be able to present this year's Honorary Doctorate in Fine Arts to Janine Antoni, a visual artist who was born in Freeport, Bahamas in 1964. She received a BA from Sarah Lawrence College and an MFA from the Rhode Island School of Design. She is known for her unusual processes. Her body is both her tool for making and the source from which her meaning derives. Antoni's early work transformed materials like chocolate and soap and used everyday activities like bathing, eating, and sleeping as sculptural processes. She carefully articulates her relationship to the world, giving rise to the emotional states that are felt in and through the senses. In each piece, no matter the medium or image, a conveyed physicality speaks directly to the viewer's body. Her work shows nationally and internationally. Antoni has exhibited at numerous major institutions and is included in the collections of the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and the Whitney Museum of American Art, to name just a few. Antoni is the recipient of several prestigious awards, including a John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Fellowship in 1998, the John Simon Guggenheim Memorial Foundation Fellowship in 2011, and a 2012 Creative Capital Artist Grant. Would Janine Antoni and Art Block please join me at the podium? to go over with art. Okay. Janine. You are truly an inspiration and a great role model to our graduates, and it's a joy and an honor to have you with us today. Congratulations. Here we go. By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you, Janine Antoni, the Honorary Doctorate of Fine Arts, and declare that your name is to be ever forever in the college's roll of honorary members. And I would be delighted to present the degree, but it's too big. So I'll give it to you later. How's that? Okay. We got you your flowers. So Janine, if you will share with us a few perspectives. Thank you.
That was pretty exciting. You're next. So in all this excitement, let's just take a moment to come into presence. Let's all close our eyes. Let's feel our feet on the earth, knowing that we share this earth with all the other feet here today. Let's take a deep breath, knowing that it is the air that connects us, not only connecting our insides with our outside, but that it is the material between us. Linger in this feeling of interconnectedness. It is in coming together that we witness this rite of passage. So in the spirit of attentiveness, let's open our eyes. Thank you, President Fitzgibbon. I'm deeply honored to be chosen to talk to the class of 2018 on such an important occasion. I'm humbled by the task of bringing meaning to this moment. I'm a lover of ritual. It has served me throughout my life. Ritual is a time to gather memories, a time to assess, and a time to own one story in all its complexity. I'm supposed to tell you to be proud, but I'd rather say, be thankful. It's actually the best way to celebrate. The very fact that you're here today is a testament of your great fortune. Let your heart swell in that appreciation as you remember those who have held and guided you through your time at Moore College. Gratitude is alchemical. It can turn privilege into appreciation, and from that appreciation naturally springs the desire to give back and be of service. You've chosen a life that is creative. It's both exciting and challenging. Not only will you bring your imagination to the work, you're in a position to redefine your field. With this degree, you identify yourself as an innovator. This life choice requires that you embrace the unknown. It is important to ask yourself, what do you have to offer? All the while remaining best friends with the mystery of what you don't know. It's a humbling process, for what you seek is so much bigger than yourself. Have the courage to dwell in that not knowing. Proof comes from the past. Innovation, by definition, is about newness. Look forward to find your answers. Have the stamina to tread in the unknown. Requires the development of self-esteem. Self-esteem is about how you regard yourself. So hold true to yourself so that you can listen to your intuition. There will be times when you can see what others cannot. People will want proof from you that you can't give. So you have to have self-reliance and harness your own personal power. You've been taught here to use your mind, to develop arguments, but you have another source of knowledge embodied within you. Dwell in your interiority and see what is genuine. Introspection and reflection is more about uncovering than discovering. Between my strict educations by nuns and the trauma of art school critiques, I'd fallen out of touch with my authentic voice. The space I encountered after leaving school allowed me the freedom to hear myself again. I learned that inner listening can only happen if you slow down and quiet. But don't expect the world to support you in that behavior. When they see the fruits of your discipline, they will only ask you for more and faster. You must respect your natural unfolding of your own process if you want to offer your best. If you can pull this wisdom up from your depths, beware that you will be loved and feared simultaneously. So in this challenge, stay true to what is unique to you and your experience of the world. Speak from that place. Has anyone ever told you that your vulnerability is your strength? This is a secret held by those who choose creativity. And for me, it's a feminist position, a calling to be both fierce and tender, to claim your superpower, which is empathy and sensitivity. We're living in a time of great crisis. We're surrounded by so much human suffering. Our culture has been in denial. What has been hidden in the shadows is now in full view, and we're called to act in the face of that crisis. Racism, misogyny, homophobia, a general mistrust of anything that's perceived as other, rampant consumerism, and a disregard for the environment can no longer be denied. At a time like this, we need to ask ourselves, what can art and creativity do in the face of such a crisis? We need to commit ourselves to the fact that art can change the world. And then I must ask, what are you willing to do for art? Traditionally, art and creativity has sent its waves in from the periphery. Its radicality locates itself at its edges. So we need to hold the edges strong, to challenge the assumptions at the center. We can lead from this position, to raise the bar and challenge ourselves and others, to speak up, yet also know when to give space for those wise voices who haven't been given agency, to live a life of integrity, to make and live what we believe, while also being interconnective forces in the world. We need to come together, to seize every opportunity to have our offerings contribute to healing. This is why I'm here today, to tell you to resist complacency. Your success and opportunities are responsibilities. The more you're given a voice, the more responsibility you have. Take a hard look at your time at Moore. Ask yourself, what have you really learned? When were the times when you came through for yourself? noticed that you learn most when you encountered struggle. Moving forward, try to remember that fact. Have courage and stamina in the face of difficulty. Change and impermanence are the salient qualities of life. Accepting this is a lifetime project. I hate to tell you that you will always have fear, so develop an equal dose of courage. Be resilient. I would like to take this opportunity to give thanks and recognition to those great people who passed on their wisdom to me. It is by no means a comprehensive list, but rather an idiosyncratic list that could go on and on. It has guided me throughout my work. Naturally, I have to start with my mother, Lynette, who told me that I was different and that that was a good thing. I have to thank my daughter, Indra, for making me a better artist. Thank you, Anna Mendieta, for making me realize that my body is inextricably connected to the land and the landscape from which it comes. Carlye Kalmes, for making me understand that using my body is a gift to other women. Cindy Sherman, for teaching me that being at the center of my work is not a trap, but a lens from which to see the world. Nancy Spiro, for making me understand that when my work embarrasses me, something worth saying has arisen. Kiki Smith, for teaching me that craft is as viable a language as high art, and for coming to my rescue when the commercial art world tried to eat me alive. Thank you, Hannah Wilkie, for showing me how to look at death straight in the face. I am here today because you told me to stand up. Faith Ringgold, for reminding me that freedom of speech is more important than anything else. To Luce Irigaray, for giving language to something we previously didn't have words for. For Ida Applebrug, for telling me that my outrage at the culture can be put to good art-making use. To Sherry Levine, for showing me that patriarchal art history doesn't need to be a repressive force, but rather it provides me with a language that can be reworked and turned on its head in the service of meaning. To Adrian Piper, for teaching me to be unapologetic. To Meryl Laderman Euclides, for giving me permission to address motherhood in my work. I would like to thank my mentor, Anna Halperin, who has shown me that at 97, you can be fully in your creativity and life force. Lygia Clark, for teaching me to have the courage to follow wherever art leads me, even if it takes me very far from where I began. So don't be mad at me, but I'd like to give you one last homework assignment. I encourage you to make your own list and to read it from time to time when you need to reset your path. In Maya Angelou's inspirational commencement speech in 1992 at Spelman College, she said, "Take everyone on the stage with you all the time. Everyone who's ever loved you, take them with you. Every idea, the person, the thing, it doesn't have to be tangible. It can be an idea." So I would add, bring everything you deeply care about, all your lessons, all your favorite poems, the artwork that's moved you the most. Bring your family, your ancestors, your lineage. Bring your heartbreak, your pathos, your sorrow. Remember, they are what made you strong. In a few minutes, you will be enacting the most important part of this ceremony. It will be the moment when you, as an individual, will walk across the stage and receive your diploma. It will be a pivotal point that will mark a transitional moment. This moment has been framed by many traditions. We're wearing our robes, we marched over together, you're being witnessed by your family, friends, and teachers. You will be receiving a piece of paper inscribed with your accomplishments. This is Moore College's 169th commencement ceremony. All of these things make up this ritual, and it is through their repetition that they accrue power. But you alone are the class of 2018, and to celebrate that uniqueness, I bring Maya Angelou on the stage with me. Inspired by her beautiful sentiments, I prepared a small intervention. Art's going to help me out here. It's kind of heavy. I've made you these welcome doormats. I'm calling them threshold markers. One identifies you as the class of 2018, and the other is inscribed with the sentiment that is the calling of our time. It reads, I am with you. This is your prompt. Are you paying attention? As you come up on the stage, I invite you to stand in these footprints along with the next graduate in line. As your name is called, I invite the person behind you to put their hand on your back and whisper into your ear the words, I am with you. I would like to ask you, as you take your step out onto the stage alone, feel the support that propels you. And in that moment, know that you come from a tribe that is committed to creativity and compassion, that holds each other dear, and will stand up for one another. Know that they speak for all those that love and care for you. You can come up on this stage with every one of your classmates. And when you leave the stage, you can continue to be supported and to support. You come from a community, and as you move forward, make new communities, and you will never be alone. Gather your resources, work together, co-create, collaborate. You are stronger together. When I was asked to give this commencement speech, I was a bit taken back. I felt the weight of the opportunity, and I had to wonder, what do I really know? It is significant that this has come to me in one of the most challenging moments of my life. It has been a gift to dig deep into my psyche, to ask myself what really matters in life, and to call on my higher self. Writing this speech has been difficult, but a rewarding process. I've given you what I have with all my sincerity. In talking to you, I also talk to myself. I ask you, take what resonates from what I've said, and what doesn't, turn it on its head. For it is your turn now, and I have great faith in you and your generation. You are on the leading edge. I beg you to seize this opportunity to make change. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for those beautiful and inspiring words, Janine. You remind us that we carry with us everyone here, and that we are all in support of each other, and we are all looking forward to the students reinforcing that to your work. So thank you very, very much. And now, I would like to call Chief Academic Officer Patti Phillips to the podium. Dean Phillips is a noted scholar and continues to model a collaborative spirit, respectful collegiality, and an unwavering commitment to high standards. We are delighted to have Patti make some remarks. Patti?
Thank you very much. I, too, am delighted to have the opportunity to add my voice to the mighty and resonant chorus of people to express salutations and congratulations on this joyous moment that honors your accomplishments and your eminent transitions. In addition to our BFA graduates across 10 majors, I am particularly pleased to note that this is the first May Moore commencement that includes graduate students. The graduate students here today have completed the Master of Fine Arts, the terminal degree for visual artists. All of you have demonstrated over time and with persistence your intrepid spirit and deep commitment to art, research, and community. With the undergraduate students, you are a shining example of the different ways of world making, in evidence each and every day and over time at Moore. Thank you for your dedication, your extraordinary goodwill, and important presence here today. And on this annual occasion, I also want to recognize and thank the faculty, both directions, whose work is at the core of Moore's mission. Each day and every year, you educate and empower our future creative agents, critical thinkers, and emergent cultural leaders. I don't know, and I probably don't think you would necessarily describe your work this way, but I think of you as our futurologists. These are the students who are going to shape our future. And it is through your prognostications, your teaching, your learning, and pedagogy that you too help shape the future that we share. Thank you very much. The past year of social, political, and cultural unrest nationally and throughout the world reminds me, and no doubt many of us, of the importance of colleges and universities as unique and cherished free spaces where we can engage in difficult dialogue with each other with honesty and openness. But we know, like many valuable and significant endeavors, this is not easy and the conversations can be challenging. Yet we continue, we persevere to learn and grow from our conflicts and mistakes, our successes and our disappointments, our discoveries and our epiphanies, and consequentially from each other and with each other. Schools are open, and they are also very forgiving. There is something about the quality and character of the past year, nationally and globally, your senior year or your final year, that has prompted me to be a more eclectic, free-range reader and observer, seeking understanding and fresh perspectives. So I share just a few formative insights that feel relevant and perhaps urgent, maybe, at your commencement, or this moment, as philosopher and political theorist Hannah Arendt would describe as this no longer, but not yet moment. Recently, a very dear friend sent me a copy of Yale professor Timothy Snyder's book entitled On Tyranny, 20 Lessons from the 20th Century, exploring ways to preserve and protect liberty and independent thought, values and concepts important to all of us and essential for artists, designers, and creatives. Here are just several of the 20 highlights. Take responsibility for the face of the world. Remember professional ethics. Stand out. Be kind to our language. Believe in truth. Investigate. Make eye contact and small talk. As a shy person, I really learned that makes a big difference. Establish a private life. Contribute to a good cause. Learn from peers in other countries. Be calm when the unthinkable arrives. And lastly, be as courageous as you can. Be as courageous as you can. Recently, I read about a new project for London's Parliament Square by artist Gillian Waring. Until this year, 2018, there were 11 statues in the square, all of men, all created by men. A recipient of the eminent Turner Prize, Waring is the first woman ever to create and install a sculpture in this auspicious site. There are still frontiers to conquer. The sculpture represents suffragist Millicent Fawcett, a valiant advocate in the early 20th century for women's rights and enfranchisement. The title of the sculpture is derived from Fawcett's 1913 speech that she gave when she was 22 years old, perhaps the age of many of you here today. She invoked that courage calls to courage everywhere. Waring's sculpture was recently unveiled to honor the centennial of the 1918 representation of the People's Act that granted women over the age of 30 the right to vote in England. Be as courageous as you can. Courage calls to courage everywhere. I also have been reading Emily Dickinson's poems recently, a woman of remarkable independence of thought. Her poem, number 89, written in 1896, just 17 years before Millicent Fawcett's courageous invocation, includes the following passage. Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. Or has it feathers like a bird or billows like a shore? In all honesty, at first I did not fully realize that the entire poem, and this passage in particular, are about inspiration and creativity and the rise of an idea. The dawn is the emergence of an idea. The door signifies an opening or a site of communication or creative disposition, whereas billows describes the great waves of vanguard inspiration that crash against the shore, often bravely challenging tradition and convention, as Dickinson did through her brilliant work. Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. In conclusion, on the 50th anniversary of his death in 1968, and 100 years since the representation of the People's Act that gave women the vote in England in 1918, I have been thinking about Martin Luther King Jr.'s call for a dangerous unselfishness or a radical unselfishness that unites courage with generosity, compassion, and creativity. His appeal for unselfishness, care for each other, and response to injustice in April 1968 while demonstrating for wages and safe working conditions for Memphis sanitation workers was the final speech that he would give. I hope and believe for our graduates that your more education has helped each of you to form the values and generosity, creativity, persistence, and passion for whatever you choose to pursue throughout your lives and careers. Remember, courage calls to courage everywhere. Be courageous as you can be. Open every door. Practice unselfishness. Congratulations to our more graduates, and genuine and sincere thanks to your families and friends for their support on this glorious day. Thank you. Now the fun begins. Candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts, please rise. Madam President, in the judgment of the faculty of Moore College of Art and Design and the individuals standing have met all of the requirements for the Master of Fine Arts degree.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, and with the highest hopes for your future, I hereby confer upon each of you the Masters of Fine Arts degree for which your studies have qualified you. The members of the graduate class of 2018 will now receive their diplomas. I turn the podium over to Graduate Program Director Daniel Tucker.
The candidates for the Master of Fine Arts in Community Practice are Gretchen Phoebe Durst, Huwayne Anthony Watson, The candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Studio Art are Kevin Coyle, Ariana Haidu, and Tara Kiek. Now, Patti Phillips will return to the podium.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts, please rise. Madam President, in the judgment of the faculty of Moore College of Art and Design, the seniors standing have met all of the requirements for the baccalaureate degree.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, and with the highest hopes for your future, I hereby confer upon each of you the respective bachelor's degrees for which your studies have prepared you. The members of the class of 2018 will now receive their diplomas. I turn the podium over to the department chairpersons.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation and Game Arts are Kiera Malika Brown, Leslie Hammond, Sarah Lombard, Lauren Marie Needleman, with a minor in business, Janae Janelle Larcy Powers, Melissa Eliane Malgai Salamanca, Gwendolyn C. Tropio, with a minor in illustration, Tina J. Wickus, Katherine Woods, summa cum laude, Kelly Kirby, please come now to the podium to announce the Art Education and Curatorial Studies graduates.
The candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Education is Morgan Prince. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Curatorial Studies are Abigail Dangler, cum laude, with a double major in Fine Arts. Kirsten A. Kellogg with a minor in Fine Arts. Virginia May Pollock, summa cum laude, with a minor in Textile Design. Nichelle Ortiz will now come to the podium and announce the fashion design graduates.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design are Dominique Albertini, Madeline Cook, Alexa Cottrell, Shannon Deasides, Sonny Dominique Di Gianto, Tracy Elizabeth Diggs, Laura Caitlin Gomez, with a minor on business. Verity Gordon, magna cum laude. Jade Rose Simone Green. Lila James. Amanda Nicole Kisu, cum laude with a minor in business. Vanessa Althea McHenry. Autumn Capri Map. Amira Sheree Myers. Aliyah Monique Pusser. Raven Dakota Washington. Morgan Waldman with a minor in business. Please, Robert Goodman, come to the podium.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor in Fine Arts are Damati Baltran, cum laude. Nicole Henry. Emma Herman, cum laude. Sarah Bernadette Montagnoli. Monica Newswanger with a minor in art history. Max Quigley. Alexandria Robinson. Maria Angela Roman with a minor in business. Sarah A. Tropio. Alice Yajani Wang. Kathy Detier, please come back to the podium to announce the graphic design, illustration, and interior design graduates.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design are Chelsea Marie Henson, Carlye Kalmes, with a minor in Curatorial Studies, Kayla Tiara Kohler, Courtney Elizabeth Mathis, Sarah Mizrachi, magna cum laude, Alexa Corinne Saraceno, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration are Taylor Amanda Anderson, Ty Corriente Balcom, Elizabeth Kano, Aaron M. Dundor, summa cum laude, J. Dominique Evans, cum laude, Jennifer Fuentes, summa cum laude. Sarah Grohl, summa cum laude. Stephanie Guzman, with a minor in graphic design. Ashley Summer Herman, cum laude, with a minor in animation and game arts. Kiana Hicks. Kristen Hootenville. Elizabeth C. Koval. Shelby Lyons. Jessica Lucindy. Sydney Ray Moore, summa cum laude. Megan Schaffhauser. Amalette Soto. Graciela D. Vasquez, with a minor in graphic design. Gabrielle Wharton, summa cum laude. Mallory Emerson Yox. Lauren Nicole Zachman. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Interior Design are Autumn Marie Davis, Ann Du, Arena Gray, Lojane Hamid, Carmine Nicole Hutchinson, Courtney Mackamer, cum laude, Grace Lynn Madison, cum laude.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography and Digital Arts are Taylor Alexandra Baldwin, Naomi Joven, Tanya Kapanzhi, summa cum laude. Margaret Teresa Warburton. Cecelia, will you return to the podium for closing remarks?
Wow! Are you ready? Okay. Class of 2018, you may now move your tassel from your right to the left. There's more. And raise your roses high in the air. High. Let's see them. We are so proud of you and your accomplishments, and we can't wait to see the impact that you make on the world. Just remember what Janine is sending you with. Congratulations. I invite, well done. One more round of applause. I invite all of you to join us in the galleries for light refreshments. And this completes our ceremony. Audience, will you please stand for the procession and remain at your place while the stage party and then the graduates are escorted out of the tent.